Since 2007, assassins have been sneaking across rooftops and putting down Templars, but never has the series taken us to the rocky shores of Norway to take command of the legendary Vikings. That is, until now. Hello friends, it's Kodiak here and welcome to Legacy Gaming. This is the Road to Launch Part 1 for Assassin's Creed Valhalla. As far as historical peoples go, Vikings are about as badass as you get. On one hand, you have brilliant traders that manage to grow their wealth exponentially and expand trade well beyond their borders. On the other, you have deadly warriors that mastered the seas and perfected the art of pillaging, and it's the latter that cemented their legacy in history. In Assassin's Creed Valhalla, we'll experience the Viking Expansion into England, a parallel historical experience rooted in truth. But as always, the Ubisoft team will take some liberties to deliver a compelling, yet not entirely factual, adventure. The story in Valhalla is centered around Eivor. Orphaned at a young age, the game's main character is raised by King Styrbjorn and rises to lead a Viking clan. We'll dive into the characters in a future Road to Launch video, but for now, let's stay big picture and focus on the world that will provide the foundation for our experience. Valhalla takes place during the 9th century, around the start of the Viking era. Plagued by war and dwindling resources, Eivor must lead the Norsemen across the North Sea and fight to establish a settlement in England. Both Norway and England have been confirmed as explorable locations, as well as a few other areas still being kept secret by the Ubisoft team. Although a large portion of the player experience will take place in England, returning to Norway seems to be an important part of Valhalla. While England isn't necessarily big, our adventures in Valhalla will be expansive, and it's been confirmed that the map and file size will be roughly the same as Odyssey. England is broken into 4 major territories: Wessex, Mercia, Northumbria, and East Anglia. Reaching England isn't the hard part, but to establish a new home for your clan, well, that will take a bit of work. England is broken into 4 major territories with lesser lords and other hostile Viking clans presenting you with a number of challenges along the way. Historical figures like King Alfred of Wessex play a major part in the Valhalla story, and much like the previous games, these larger-than-life personalities will drive the story forward. If you haven't done your homework on Viking lore, now would be a good time to brush up, since the Viking era wasn't particularly long, but it was memorable. Eventually, you'll be able to lay down roots, and your settlement will act as a main story hub as you push further into the game. The more you build, the more opportunities you have, and with each expansion comes new villagers, some presenting you with new challenges and opportunities. This is the first time a town-building feature is coming to Assassin's Creed, and from what we've seen so far, it's one of the most important elements of the game. With each expansion of your settlement comes access to new features, both big and small, including cosmetic enhancements for Eivor, side quests, and opportunities to recruit and train Viking warriors. Think of your settlement as a hub, but it's the rest of England that's the real prize. You'll interact with an alliance map to view England at a glance. Various regions look to be level-gated, forcing Eivor to follow more or less a singular path through the main story content, but rest assured there is plenty to see and do that will take you off the beaten path. Pagan sites are just one example of other content that can be explored while adventuring. These sites offer unique rewards, and almost all of them directly lead to character progression. Leveling up means getting access to new areas of England, and thus new challenges, some of which will end in bloody conflict. Traversing such a big world will take time, but luckily, you'll have multiple ways to get around in Valhalla. Your horse will carry you across the countryside, but unlike previous games, there will be a stamina component to this method of transportation. Now, horses are nice, but what's a Viking without a longship? From what I can tell, longships are going to be wildly important to the core Valhalla experience. You can use your longship to travel through the rivers and canals that cut through the rolling English countryside. Like the Vikings of Legends, longships will carry you and your warriors into battle as you raid and pillage villages along the shoreline. Anything that you can see can be raided, and these raids will be crucial to finding wealth which can be used to upgrade your settlement. Wealth will be hidden all around England, and it'll take more than an adept fighter to find it all. Puzzles return to Assassin's Creed, and this time the team promises more than ever before. Not all will be in-depth, complex, multi-layered challenges, but there will be enough to keep treasure hunters happy. While exploring, you'll also have to hunt and forage to restore life and fortify your gear. We're not exactly sure how deep this system goes, but we've seen examples of both hunting and fishing. If you know your history, you'd know that Vikings were also incredible farmers, so I wouldn't be surprised if foraging for fruits and berries, or even some basic farming were implemented into the game. There's no doubt the world of Valhalla looks to immerse players in one of the most fascinating sagas in history, but this is just the beginning. The foundation is set, and now with a basic understanding of the world, we're ready to set sail for a new adventure. We hope you enjoyed our first Road to Launch video for Assassin's Creed Valhalla. In our next episode, we'll be covering the story and characters that we'll meet during our adventures. Legacy Gaming plans on covering Assassin's Creed Valhalla top to bottom, so if you like our videos and want more great content in your feed, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. And while you're at it, consider joining us on Discord. We have over 6,000 members spread across dozens of great games, so click that link below. Enjoy today. My name is Kodiak, and from everyone here at Legacy Gaming, thanks for watching, and play on.